They got knocked off their national title pedestal last year, but they come back loaded. I'm Pete Fiutak for CampusInsiders.com. We're breaking down the 2014 SEC season. The conference is better than ever. It might be the strongest conference in the country by far this year. Here's what you need to know to be an expert.
Oh, you're a clever one.
Nobody in a million years would have ever picked Auburn versus Missouri for the SEC championship, so there's always going to be a curveball thrown in the mix. However, if everything goes according to plan, the SEC West should be the far dominant of the two divisions. It might be the best division it has ever been in the SEC. Why? Because there's not a dog in the bunch. Arkansas is going to be better. Ole Miss is loaded. Mississippi State is full of veterans. Alabama's fantastic. LSU is going to be LSU again. Texas A&M is going to reload in a hurry. And of course, Auburn, with its offense, is going to be fantastic. There are national title contenders out of the SEC East. South Carolina, if it stays healthy, is really good. Georgia's going to be really good. But the SEC West champion is going to be the stronger of the two, and it should be in the mix for the national championship. Doug Chapman, who is your player to watch out for? Whoa.
My player to watch is LSU running back Leonard Fournette. Hasn't even gotten to Baton Rouge yet, still in high school. The #1 player in the nation coming out. He's a man amongst boys. He's ready to play right now. Head coach Les Miles says Fournette will be on the field week 1. If he's not the starting running back or in the rotation, he should be back deep receiving kickoffs and running those back. He did that great in high school, was very effective. Very rarely gets tackled. Big, fast, strong, will be an immediate impact guy. Now, Pete, what are some games this fall we should be checking out?
You mentioned that LSU-Wisconsin game. A lot of interesting non-conference games for a league that gets much maligned for not playing a lot of tough non-conference games. Of course, there's Florida, Florida State, and Georgia, Georgia Tech. But early on, Clemson versus Georgia is going to be one of the ones that everyone's going to watch out for. Is Georgia back and reloaded? They lost last year's shootout game in a wild, fun matchup against the Tigers. They got to win this one. Of course, the LSU-Wisconsin game, that's going to be the other one that's going to be the measuring stick. But another fun game that's kind of a little bit different for the SEC, Auburn going to Kansas State. Auburn never travels, but now they're going to go play in Manhattan against the Wildcats. In SEC play, you kind of know what the big ones are going to be. Obviously, Alabama at LSU is going to be huge, but also LSU at Auburn is going to be a big key one for the SEC West. Auburn at Georgia could be an SEC title game preview, or Texas A&M at South Carolina, which starts off the season early on, could be an SEC championship preview. Georgia at South Carolina, that's going to decide the SEC East. All right, Doug, who's going to win this whole thing?
Choose wisely.
Pete, I've got Alabama winning the SEC championship this year. You know why? 2 words. Nick Saban. He will not let the Crimson Tide lose. They've got the best players. They bring in Lane Kiffin. Jacob Coker transfers in from Florida State. Nick Saban is more open-minded after seeing how he was beaten by Oklahoma. The Alabama Crimson Tide will win the SEC championship this year.
But here's the problem. Nick Saban was really mad coming into last season about Texas A&M, and how did that work out trying to stop Johnny Manziel in that shootout? They were really mad after that Auburn game, and they came out and laid an egg against Oklahoma. Here's the thing. This is a worse Alabama team than last year, but the schedule works out really well. I'd watch out for Ole Miss, I would watch out for LSU, and I'd watch out for South Carolina. If they can get past that early part of the schedule, the Gamecocks, I think, could rise up and be this year's big surprise team. We're breaking down all the top conferences and all the top teams here on CampusInsiders.com.